morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Now, here's what's happening this morning. I'm going to be doing a little bit of airbrushing off camera. And the reason I'm going to do it off camera is because I want to try and paint the inside of the funnel here with the NATO black. And because I'm going to be turning this piece this way and that way and the other way and trying to hold it so that I can see in there, it's going to be really hard to do on camera. So we'll take a look at it after I'm done. I think that's basically all the spraying I'm going to do. I'm going to try and see if maybe there are some other little parts that I should paint the NATO black. I don't want to paint the ladders and stuff like that, the NATO black. I want to paint them the number 77 most likely. That'd be dark enough. I think they'd stand out just too much if they were black. However, this is going to be the first time since Gabe was here that I'm going to be able to try out his little foam mat thing that he gave me underneath my compressor. So it's going to be interesting to see if it seems to be quieter, and it'll also be interesting to see if it'll keep the compressor from slowly walking around underneath my model table. I'll let you know how it goes. Now, what else was I going to say? We had a sunrise this morning. The walkers showed up. Maybe I'll stick it at the end of the video again. We'll see what happens. As long as I remember. Sometimes I forget to do it. I know often I'll say I'm going to do this or I'll do that, and then I forget. Let's get going here. Oh, I have concluded that it is going to be too difficult to apply some, CA thin all the way around this to the point where it's not going to be difficult to do it. What's going to happen is that it's going to dissolve this. It's going to dissolve the edge and the details and all the little rivets and everything. And all I'm going to have is a bunch of sprue goo. Sure, yeah, eventually this thing is going to come loose. I can take it off, spray inside there, put it back on the right way. But it's going to be all distorted. I just know from experience working with CA thin or rather Tamiya thin. Did I say CA thin? I meant the Tamiya extra thin. Yeah, it'll dissolve itself, but it's just going to take too much because when I put this cap on, I really glued it in. I wasn't thinking in terms of I'm going to want to take it out again. You know how I have a tendency to overglue? Well, I overglued, so I'm paying for it now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this done. Not a lot else to mention here this morning. I'm not even going to drag my spray booth over here. I'm just going to go around the corner there and stand in front of it and spray. It's not going to take very long. It's going to take just as long to clean up the airbrush though afterwards as if I'd had a big painting job going on. But I do want to look around and see if there's anything else that I want to have black at the same time. I don't think so. I think the only thing we want to have black is the inside of this and then the very top where those four little vents are. But that I'm gonna do by hand. That's what California Paul did. He painted the inside of his by hand. Okay. Let's get going here, and I guess the next time I see you back, this will be done, I hope. Okay, we are done. And I can see the top is still a little bit wet. Yeah, I was putting it on pretty heavy because it had to pass through those louvers, to get in to anywhere on the inside. And while I was at it, I thought, well, I may as well try and paint the, where those four pipes are, paint that area black too and see how that works. That's dry, I can tell by looking at it. But I've got to now figure out how can I mask that entire top off so that I can, paint the rest with the number 19. And the 19 is not going to get inside our funnel and I have to do it all over again. But I should be able to figure that out. It's going to be a little bit hard. Those two pipes that are sort of sticking out the sides, they're going to cause a little bit of problem masking, but like I say, I'll figure it out. Okay, now I put this hose on here because we're going to check and see where is the compressor now. And usually what I do is, well, I'm just joking, I hope you know that, but I take and I follow the hose back because I know that if I follow this hose long enough, I'll find out which room it is my compressor's in. I was just checking to see here. Gabe, it's in exactly the same place. So that rubber mat of yours worked. Earlier this morning when I was swinging our camera around and I was changing it from the sunrise camera into the bird feeder camera, I saw this at the base of the bird feeder. And I guess what our little rabbit friend is doing is it's getting the seeds that the birds are sort of pecking out of there and dropping. Yeah, I hope I'm not going to get fined by the city for feeding the wildlife. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, kinda nice to see. Now, one of the viewers had mentioned that there was the possibility that I could get at the inside here by coming through from the bottom, but it was solid. Yeah, I couldn't get up from the bottom. I remember saying something, we'll check tomorrow or something like that. So, yeah, it would have been a good idea, except that you can't get through. Anyway, let's see if we can do something else here today. Like get our photo etch, if we don't get it sprayed, at least get it laid out so that we can spray it. And I'll recompose here and I'll tell you my idea, at least for 3 of the pieces. Okay, so we have these 3 pieces. There's 2 G10s and the 1 B8. And they're the kind of pieces that you would want to see that from both sides. In other words, they've got to be painted on both sides or their photo etch is going to really show, whereas the ladders, I think we can possibly get away with them not being painted on the inside. Anyway, we've got a couple of 10s here. They're going to be a little bit difficult to bend in that they don't, the bend is not what you would call symmetrical. As you can see here, it's straight for a while, and then I guess it'd be just these last 2. Well, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out. I just roll it from this post through to this post and just let it sort of curl around. And this piece here, where is it here? It's the number 8. I know it's here. Okay, this one will be bent at just a slight radius, but it will be symmetrical. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and bend those approximately right. And then the idea will be we'll stick them down on the upturned masking tape for spraying. And yeah, then the only place that is not going to get sprayed will be the bottom of the bottom rail, which is all right. It's going to be all buried in CA glue anyway. Okay, so this piece has to go right on there. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to try the larger dowel first. And if it doesn't want to work, then I'll use the smaller one. I'll just go real easy at first here. Oh yeah, this is going to work. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on at all. And it's almost just right as we got it here. Just eyeballing it. Let's try that and see if we have to go any more. I think maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I don't even need to try it. I can tell this go just a little bit tighter. All right, let's try that now. Don't know if I changed it a whole lot, but okay, that's going to be fine. We can tweak it after it gets painted. It's I know I don't have it on there correct, but Well, maybe we'll just make it just a little bit tighter yet. Now be careful here, Ron. That's probably too much now. Ah, yeah. All right. Should be able to straighten that out. Now we don't need to get it perfect here. Yeah, that's going to be all right. We can straighten it a little bit more after it's painted. The more curved it is, the better it's going to, you know, not flip off of the upturned masking tape. Now these ones here that have to go on the side, so it goes straight to the first post, and then it looks like it makes pretty much an 180-degree bend for the last two posts. So we might want to use the smaller dowel on that one. Now, I might be making a mistake here. Maybe I'll turn this, if I can turn this like this, maybe you'll be able to see better what's happening. What? I just looked at my monitor. Why does that look out of focus? What happened here? Oh my goodness. Did I screw up here? Hang on a sec. I'm going to readjust everything. I am so sorry. I apparently was out of focus when I bent this one. Well, if it's real bad, I'll cut it out when I do the editing. Okay, now we were going to bend just this last little bit. Okay, I can see what's going to happen here. I'm going to have something softer than the book. So where's my little piece of rubber? Push stop here. Okay, let's try this. Now, which one of these did we try to... Yeah, we were bending these last two posts right here, so we'll just continue on with those same ones. And I just checked my monitor. Yes, we are in focus. Okay, I think we're just about there. Let's see how is this going to fit on here. I'm making a lot of silly mistakes like that lately. Okay, yeah, I think we can get this to go. See, I don't want to have to do too much adjusting after it's painted, because the Tamiya XF paints do not fit, or rather do not lend themselves to being bent on photo etch without it cracking off. I'm just going to give it just a little bit more here. Just a little tighter. Yeah, the less tweaking I have to do later, the better off I'll be. Oh, I had it right the first time. Okay, I'm more or less looking straight down on it, and I can see where I can probably get that to stay on there after everything's said and done. You know, letting gravity be my friend, if you know what I mean. Lay it on its side and lay it on. Yeah, that should work. Okay, I'm going to do the other one exactly the same way. Okay, if you'll remember the last time we used this thing for spraying, I had covered this upturned tape with cereal box paper here, so that we could save this sticky tape. And my thinking is that maybe, if we're lucky, I'll only need this one little section here, not everything. Let's just see if we can get away with that. Like, I mean, this piece right here. It's possible we can get everything down. So we'll try and get this off now. No, it's that cereal box paper stuck on there pretty hard. Maybe I left it on there too long. That was the problem. But it's still fairly sticky. All right. Yeah, I'm going to just place the various ladders along here as best I can, and I think I can get everything on. There's quite a few, but there's also quite a large area there. We almost got it. I think there's going to be room for this piece. I need one of those rotating wrists like a robot has. Okay, yeah, that should be all right. Just put it right there. I think everything will get covered still. There we go. I don't think that'll blow off. Now, this one here, I'll rotate it as I'm spraying it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up the numbers with tape. It's probably about 7 years ago right now that my dear Mary had to go into the personal care home. And when she first went in, she could still walk pretty good. Well, yeah, at least she was safe to let her walk by herself without holding on to somebody, but she wasn't safe to go outside by herself anymore. But anyway, the care home told me, well, first of all, what happened was the walking got progressively, worse and worse. And the people in the care home, they said that when she stops walking, she will never walk again. And I'm sort of thinking, and that actually happened. Once she stopped, that was it. She never walked again. And I'm kind of worried that if I stop this and take a break, like this morning, I was actually thinking about that. I was kind of, I don't know if I was depressed or discouraged or what, or maybe a little bit overwhelmed with this, having problems with this photo etch, and sort of feeling maybe pressured to do something that I don't want to do, and or I feel it might be beyond my capability, let's put it that way. And I was thinking maybe I'll just take a little bit of a break here. But you know what? I'm afraid that if I did that, I would never start again. And yeah, so we're just going to keep putzking away here. And the bottom line is, I'm going to do what I can do, and then if I come up to something that is just beyond me, I'm not going to try to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to get discouraged, and I don't want to quit. I want to keep having fun here. And right now, I basically am. Now, you remember this piece here. We were going to fasten it onto the side before we spray it. And then I was going to try and carefully paint the latter part, the number 77, I guess. And I think where does it go? It must go on this side right here. Yeah, I think that's where it goes. Well, we'll check the manual and figure it out. I think if we let gravity be our friend, we can get it on. Okay, maybe that's what I should work at right now before I go any further here. I don't feel like doing any more spraying today anyway. What time we got? 12:37. Well, we can work at this for a little while yet. Now, I gave up trying to mask all around these little pipes I'll just have to go in there with the little brush and the NATO black and just redo it. The main thing is that I get it really good here so that the paint can't go down into the inside of the funnel. Yeah. And then as far as the fact that yes, we're going to have to paint with the 19 up the side here. That either that or maybe with the thing maybe be to just completely forget about trying to mask off everything else and just only do the top. That might be the way to go. Maybe I'm going to just take this all off and I'm just going to just see if I can just do only that ring part on the top so that the paint can't get down into the inside. Okay, I think I got that pretty airtight. Oh yeah. Oh, come on, Ron. Okay, it has to go this way. Okay, I think I got it this time. I just didn't have it right. Yeah, that's gonna fit. Okay, so what we got to do now is bend these little 8 tabs down. As near as I can tell by looking at the manual, they're supposed to go at 90 degrees to the ladder. And then it seems to me that there's sort of a place where it has to, is it right there it's supposed to bend? Somewhere it's supposed to bend here, I think, but or maybe not. Maybe not. Well, let's get these tabs bent and then see what happens. Okay, this is my first time trying it here. Let's see how much tweaking we have to do to get all of those 8 to touch the side of the funnel at the same time. Not a whole lot, actually. Not a whole lot at all. Okay, I'm wondering if I should just, do them instead of trying to do them all at the same time. I could probably bend it just a little bit here. And, rather than trying to do them all at the same time, just do like this one and then these two and so on and work my way up. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. See how it goes here. I'll just reposition the camera and get it out of my way. Okay, I think this whole thing has to go up about a millimeter, half a millimeter. Try and get these there. That should be good. And then that would mean that we want to have, we don't want the bottom sticking out and catching on the deck and breaking off. Okay, I think that's pretty good here. Now I'm looking straight down on it, so I'm seeing it at a different perspective to you. I think it has to go away from you just a little bit here. Okay, the bottom's in the center, the top is basically in the center, maybe a little bit more. For some reason, this does not seem to... Okay, I wonder if I should somehow rig up a holder downer here to hold this down. You know what, I'm going to have to take it off and just give it a slight twist. It's sort of twisted, kind of like an airplane propeller. Don't know how else to describe it, so I'm just going to give it a little twist here. Alright, I don't know if I made it better or worse. Okay, I think it's better. Whoops. See what happens if I push on here. Okay, let's get the top adhered in place now. Now this is the thin quick setting. Okay, we'll just let that set. Okay, I'm guessing about 4 minutes has passed here. Yeah, it looks like I got it. Okay, what I've done here now is I put a little bit more CA glue on the top and the bottom. And it looks like it's still wet, so I want to wait a while before I, mess with it and weaken it. But I think what I will do is I'm going to rig up a holder downer that I can place along here. I have a tendency to want to touch it, but I shouldn't. Now, a little bit of time has passed here. And I was thinking about what I'd said earlier when I was having my pity party, feeling sorry for myself. I do appreciate the suggestions and the help. I guess what happens is that a lot of the suggestions are being made by people who are, a lot better at this than I am. And they know what to do. And they know what should be done. And then I go to do it and I flub it up. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits here for this afternoon. Whether I'm going to be going at this again later this evening, I don't know. If I do, I'll try and remember to press record. And I'll try and remember to focus the camera. I think I forgot twice today. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.